And so my point to this that I'd like to see us talk about is how has community shaped your experiences in terms of dealing with trauma? And how's being a part of a community also shaped your experience in terms of experiencing joy? Because if you look through ancient wisdom, and Paul, on my journey, that's what I did. They didn't have technology. They didn't have devices to call others. They had, quite frankly, there wasn't even from my own faith perspective, there wasn't even a Bible. People would show up at a house, they would have community, break bread, and dialogue life. And so, how does community shape our experiences, our healing, our experiencings of joy? And I'll put a question in there. Are you isolating yourself? Are you finding your community? Have you found your community here, with EPX? Are you connecting with people? Are you looking to try to even reach out during the toughest times? Because you're not alone. We're not alone. And I think the missing ingredient in dealing with trauma and experiencing joy in many ways is that we think we're alone. We think we're isolated. We press down our thoughts instead of expressing our thoughts. So, Paul, I'll pass it over to you as such an author and entrepreneur of bringing people together.
Well, let me say this. I think you are right. Several things were going through my head while you were saying that. Last night or 2 nights ago, I had dinner here. I'm in Tucson. Brooke's on her way. You're probably at the airport coming over to meet up with me. But I had dinner with 2 other EPX members. One guy is filming a impact film in the middle of Sumatra for people that are poaching the last place on earth where there's tigers, elephants, rhinos, and orangutans. And he's like undercover with all these guys. It's crazy. And the other guy at the table was a survival expert. And we were talking about survival. And I was saying, hey, out of all the shows that I've ever watched, which is hundreds of hours of like survival techniques, most of them are obviously BS except for one. And the one that is not BS, they take people like this guy, they put him out there. And the thing that breaks the human down is the lack of connection, right? Even if you can get past calories and the weather and everything else, right, in the middle of winter, it's actually the connection that ends up mentally breaking them down. I think it's our biology, which I'm going to come back to in a second. So I think you're right. And quite frankly, you also, you didn't need to remind me, but it reminds me like how much that is, like, just so you guys know, the next wave of all the innovations and everything that we're going to be doing in EPX is about connections. It's online stuff. It's in person. It's more city meetups. It's all the tribes getting together. We're really going to focus on weaving the tapestry for this very reason.